ever wondered how a single leader could forge an empire that would challenge the world's greatest power? Today, we're journeying back to the early 19th century in southern Africa to uncover the epic story of the Zulu Kingdom. Our tale begins with a visionary warrior, Shaka. Around 1816, Shaka, a brilliant general, seized control of the small Zulu clan. But he had a much grander vision than just leading his people. He dreamt of a unified, powerful nation. Through a combination of fierce conquest and clever diplomacy, he began to unite the various rival clans, one by one, under the Zulu banner. What was the secret to his success? Military genius. Shaka revolutionized warfare in the region. He created a highly disciplined standing army known as the Impi. He armed his warriors with a new deadly weapon, the short stabbing spear called the ikhlwa, designed for close quarters combat. But his most famous innovation was a tactical masterpiece, the buffalo horns or oxhorn formation. This tactic involved a central force, the chest, pinning the enemy, while two flanking horns encircled and annihilated them. It was brutally effective. With this unstoppable military machine, the Zulu Kingdom expanded rapidly. This period of conquest and migration, known as the Mthethwa, reshaped the entire landscape of southern Africa. As displaced tribes fled, the Zulu advance, creating a ripple effect of conflict across the continent. Shaka had built a vast and feared empire, dominating the coastal regions and becoming the undisputed power in the land. But empires, no matter how powerful, are rarely left unchallenged. The 19th century saw the arrival of European settlers, first the British, then the Boers. As these newcomers pushed inland, conflict was inevitable. The British annexed the neighboring territory of Natal in the 1840s, and Boer trekkers began encroaching on Zulu lands, creating a pressure cooker of tension that was bound to explode. By 1879, the British Empire, seeking total control of the region, decided to subdue the Zulu Kingdom once and for all. They issued an impossible ultimatum, and when it was rejected, they invaded. This sparked the legendary Anglo-Zulu War. The world expected a swift British victory, but the Zulus were not to be underestimated. At the Battle of Isandlwana, the Zulu Empire, using their classic tactics, completely overran a modern, well-equipped British force. It was one of the most stunning defeats in the history of the British colonial army, and a testament to Zulu courage and military prowess. However, the victory at Isandlwana, though glorious, could not turn the tide forever. The British had vast resources and were determined to avenge their defeat. They regrouped, poured in more troops, and eventually, through superior firepower, they crushed the Zulu army. Following a series of defeats and weakened by internal divisions, the Zulu Kingdom fell. In 1887, Zululand was declared a British protectorate, and a decade later, in 1897, it was formally absorbed into the colony of Natal. The independent Zulu Kingdom was no more. The British then made a fateful decision, dividing the once unified kingdom into 13 separate chieftaincies. This divide-and-rule strategy tragically ignited a devastating civil war among the Zulu people, as factions vied for power in the new, fractured landscape. Yet, even in defeat, the spirit of the Zulu people could not be extinguished. Despite losing their political independence, the Zulu monarchy survived, and their rich culture and traditions endured. Today, the Zulu Kingdom continues to exist as a vital, cultural, and political entity within modern South Africa, a proud symbol of resilience and a powerful reminder of a time when their warriors stood against an empire and shook the world. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the past. See you next time.